Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into,
Oh, this is a good one.
it is a good one. It's The Richest Man in Babylon. Have you read this one?
Oh, yeah, this is a classic. I actually reread it recently to prep for this.
Yeah, well, I did too. And it really is packed with timeless financial advice.
Mm.
But what I think is so cool about this book is how it uses stories from ancient Babylon to teach us about building wealth. And that's what I really want to get into today, especially for all of our listeners out there. You entrepreneurs trying to build your own businesses. I'm really interested in how these ancient principles can apply to you.
Right, right. Yeah, it's amazing how Clason takes us back to this bustling city, Babylon. I mean, you can just imagine it merchants, artisans, and yes, even moneylenders. I mean, really paints this picture of a society where, just like today, people struggled with debt. They wanted to build wealth. They were looking for financial freedom. And I think it's a reminder that these challenges, they're not new. They've been around for centuries.
Yeah, it's almost like looking in a mirror, right?
Yeah.
Like across millennia, these challenges haven't really changed all that much.
Yeah.
So how does this book help us? I mean, modern entrepreneurs navigate those same financial waters. I mean, what can we learn from these ancient Babylonians?
Well, Clausen introduces us to this character, Arkad, the richest man in Babylon. And through Arkad's wisdom, we discover what he calls the 7 cures for a lean purse.
Okay, 7 cures for a lean purse.
I write
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And these are like fundamental principles for building wealth. And I
Fun.
think they're just as relevant for an entrepreneur today as they were for a Babylonian merchant centuries ago.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's dive into those cures. The first one is start thy purse to fattening. And this sounds pretty straightforward, but what's the entrepreneurial twist here?
It's about saving, consistently setting aside a portion of your earnings, no matter how small. Think of it like this. Every time you make a sale, you're paying yourself first.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Right. You're putting a little bit away, just like those ancient scribes, meticulously setting aside their coppers. It's about building that foundation for future growth and reinvestment.
So it's not just about personal savings. It's about creating that financial cushion for your business to thrive.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second cure,
Okay, what's number 2?
budget thy expenses.
Budget thy expenses.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds simple enough, but how do you really do that effectively?
Well, Clason uses this really interesting analogy of a leaking purse.
Okay, a leaking purse. I'm intrigued.
Right. So for an entrepreneur, this means understanding where every dollar is going. It's about plugging those leaks, unnecessary expenses that drain your resources, making sure that your spending aligns with your business goals.
So it's not about deprivation. It's about being strategic and intentional with your business finances.
Exactly. Okay, ready for cure number 3?
Hit me with it.
Make thy gold multiply.
Ooh, that sounds like investment advice. How does this apply to entrepreneurs?
It's interesting. Imagine those ancient Babylonians. They were investing in ventures like bronze for the city gates. They understood that their money could work for them. Just like an entrepreneur today needs to find ways to make their capital grow.
So it's about investing in assets that generate income, expanding operations, developing new products and services that will bring in more revenue.
Exactly. You got it. So we've saved, we've budgeted, and now we're putting that money to work.
Planting those seeds, watching them grow into a flourishing financial garden.
I like that analogy. Okay, cure number 4, guard thy treasures from loss.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here of being smart and careful with your money. So how does this apply specifically to avoiding risky investments as an entrepreneur?
Well, Clason tells these cautionary tales about getting rich quick schemes. He emphasizes the importance of seeking advice from experienced individuals.
So it's about doing your research.
Yes. Due diligence before making big investments. Building a network of mentors and advisors.
Yeah, people who can provide valuable insight.
Exactly. It's like building that solid foundation.
Making sure you're not building on sand.
Yes. All right, cure number 5.
Let's hear it.
Make of thy dwelling a profitable investment.
Okay, this one seems a little bit more personal than business focused.
Yeah, but think about it. Owning your own home, it provides stability and security.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a foundation for your personal and professional life.
Right, and it can reduce financial stress, allowing you to focus more energy on your business.
It's like having a solid home base, a fortress, right?
Exactly. Okay, cure number 6, ensure a future income.
Okay, so planning for the future. I mean, this sounds like retirement planning. But what does it mean for entrepreneurs?
Well, for an entrepreneur, it's about thinking long term, building a business that can generate income. even when you're not actively involved in the day-to-day operations.
So diversifying income streams, creating passive income opportunities, building a brand that can sustain itself.
Exactly. It's about creating a legacy.
Yeah, something that can continue to thrive.
Okay, are you ready for the final cure?
Lay it on me. What's number 7?
Increase thy ability to earn.
Okay, I mean, this one seems pretty self-explanatory, but how does it specifically apply to entrepreneurs?
It's about investing in yourself,
Oh, okay, I see.
continuously learning and growing. The more knowledge and skills you acquire, the more valuable you become as an entrepreneur.
So attending industry events, reading books, taking courses, constantly seeking ways to expand your expertise.
Exactly. You're your most valuable asset.
The more you invest in yourself, the more your business will benefit.
100%. And beyond these 7 cures, Clason introduces us to what he calls the 5 laws of gold.
Okay, the 5 laws of gold, now we're talking.
These are like ancient wisdom nuggets discovered on clay tablets thousands of years ago.
Okay, so real deal ancient wisdom.
Real deal. And what's incredible is how relevant they still are for entrepreneurs today. They provide this framework for managing money, making wise investments, and building lasting wealth.
Okay, I am definitely intrigued. Let's dig into these 5 laws of gold and see how they can help us build those Babylonian empires in the modern world.
Okay, so the first law states, gold cometh gladly and increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings.
Wait a minute. This sounds familiar. It echoes that first cure, right? Start thy purse to fattening.
Exactly. It's all about that power of consistent saving. Imagine applying this wisdom to your business.
Consistently reinvesting a portion of your profits back into growth and expansion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not about hoarding money. It's about using those savings to fuel your business's growth.
Okay, so what's the second law?
Law number 2, gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment.
Okay, that one's a little bit more cryptic. What's the takeaway for entrepreneurs?
It's about making your money work for you. Just like those Babylonians invested in ventures like bronze for the city gates, we need to find profitable ways to employ our capital.
So investing in new equipment, expanding your marketing efforts, hiring talented individuals.
Exactly. You're finding those opportunities that align with your business goals and have the potential to generate a solid return.
Okay, law number 3. All right, bring it on.
Gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling.
Oh, I like that one. So this is about being cautious and seeking expert advice.
Right, just as those Babylonians consulted with wise men about managing their gold. You should be seeking guidance from mentors, financial advisors, industry experts.
People who can help you navigate the complexities of business and finance.
Exactly. Okay, law number 4. Gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep.
Okay, so this sounds like a warning against chasing those shiny objects.
Right. It's about sticking to what investing in areas where you have expertise and avoiding those ventures that are outside of your comfort zone or have a high risk of failure.
So being discerning, being strategic with your investments,
Yeah.
not falling prey to fads or trends.
Exactly. And the final law of gold law number 5.
Drum roll, please.
Okay, here it is. Gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who followeth the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment.
Wow. Okay, that one covers a lot of ground.
It does, right.
So it's about being realistic, avoiding those get-rich-quick schemes.
And recognizing that building wealth, it takes time, patience, and a solid plan.
Being aware of your own limitations and seeking guidance when needed.
Exactly. So those are the 5 laws of gold, ancient wisdom for the modern entrepreneur.
I love it. Now, we've covered the 7 cures and the 5 laws of gold. But the richest man in Babylon doesn't stop there. It brings these principles to life through captivating stories, tales from ancient Babylon.
Oh yeah, the stories are the best part.
They illustrate the power of these ideas in action, and I think that's what we're going to dive into next.
Let's do it. One of my favorite stories is the one about Dalbasir, the camel trader.
Oh yeah, Dabasir.
He starts out as a slave, burdened by debt. But through hard work and by applying those laws, those cures we just discussed, he achieves financial freedom.
Yeah, his story is like the classic entrepreneurial journey, right? Starting from scratch, facing setbacks, but with that determination to succeed.
Exactly. And I think what's interesting is how Dabadesser tackles his debt. He doesn't just dream of riches, he actually creates a plan.
Mm.
He commits to saving a portion of his earnings And he diligently pays his creditors.
It's such a good lesson in taking those financial realities head on.
Right, creating a plan, taking consistent steps towards financial stability.
And then there's the story of Rodin, the spearmaker.
Oh, yeah, Rodin, he suddenly comes into wealth.
Yeah, it's like that moment when an entrepreneur gets a big investment or lands a major client.
Right, and just like some entrepreneurs might be tempted to splurge or make some impulsive decisions, Rodin, initially, he's kind of grappling with what to do with his newfound wealth.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
Exactly.
But then he seeks advice from Manafun, the gold lender.
Right. Right. And it's a good reminder that even when you experience success, having a mentor or advisor can be so valuable.
Having that guidance, it can make all the difference.
100%.
So what does Mathan tell him?
Well, you know what's interesting is that Mathan doesn't just give him financial tips.
Yeah.
He shares a story with Rodin. It's about this farmer who could understand the language of animals.
Okay, a talking animal story.
Right.
What's the connection to entrepreneurship?
Well, the story, it illustrates the importance of helping others in a way that empowers them, rather than creating dependency.
I see. So it's about being strategic with your generosity, right? Making sure that your actions are aligned with your values.
Exactly. Mathan, he also emphasizes the importance of securing loans with collateral and assessing the character and the financial capacity of borrowers.
So essential principles for managing risk, both for lenders and for entrepreneurs seeking funding.
Precisely.
It's like due diligence, but for people,
Yeah.
making sure that the people you're working with, they're aligned with your vision. Okay, so we've got Davasir, we've got Rodin. Who else is there?
No, we can't forget Hadangula.
Okay, who's Hadan Gula?
So Hadangula, he journeys to Babylon. He wants to uncover his grandfather's secret to wealth.
Okay, so he thinks there's some hidden treasure or some magic formula.
Exactly. But what Hadangula discovers is that the real secret is something much more profound.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the secret?
It's hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence in your craft.
It's funny because it's such a simple concept, but in a world that often glorifies overnight success, I think it's a message that we need to hear.
Right. True wealth, it's built brick by brick through consistent effort, wise decision-making, and a relentless pursuit of your goals.
And it's not just about the destination, right? It's about the journey, the skills you develop, the relationships you build.
Exactly. And that journey, it's often filled with challenges and setbacks. But just like Davasir, who started as a slave and achieved financial freedom, and Rodin, who learned to be wise with his wealth, you too can overcome obstacles and achieve success by applying these principles.
It's like The Richest Man in Babylon. It's not just a financial guidebook. It's a roadmap for the entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah. It's a testament to the power of perseverance, hard work, and a commitment to building a business that's both profitable and purposeful. It's interesting, isn't it, how these stories, they're not just telling us what to do.
Yeah.
They're showing us
Yeah, it's like watching it play out.
exactly how these principles actually play out in real lives, with real challenges.
Yeah. It's like Clason is saying, look, I'm not just giving you these abstract ideas. Here's how they worked for other people.
Right. People just like you.
Yeah.
They achieve some pretty extraordinary things.
Yeah. And those principles, those 7 cures, those 5 laws of gold,
Oh.
they're not just for ancient Babylonians.
No, not at all.
They're for us.
They are.
They're woven into, I think, the fabric of successful businesses today.
I think so, too.
If you think about it, that first cure, start thy purse to fattening.
Wow.
That's the foundation
It
of
is.
smart financial management. For any entrepreneur,
Absolutely. It's about paying yourself first,
right.
building that financial cushion so you can weather those storms.
Yeah, and invest in growth.
Exactly.
Seize opportunities.
And budget thy expenses. I mean, that's just understanding your cash flow, right?
Right. Plug in those leaks, making sure every dollar counts.
Yeah, making sure it's all going towards your business goals.
Exactly. Not about being cheap, but being strategic.
Okay, and then make thy gold multiply. I mean, that's where the magic happens, right?
That's where it gets exciting.
Yeah, for an entrepreneur.
Right. It's about taking those savings, those profits, and putting them to work.
Yes.
Creating more wealth, expanding your impact.
Investing in your business, investing in your team, in new ideas.
Yes. Just like those ancient Babylonians, they invested in their city.
I love that analogy. And those laws of gold,
Yes.
it's like they're a compass guiding you through the financial landscape.
They are.
Gold cometh gladly to the man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings.
Consistent saving.
Yep.
It's so powerful.
Mm.
Gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment.
Smart investments.
Gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling.
Seek expert advice. Be cautious.
Gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes with which he is not familiar, or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep.
Stick to what you know. Avoid those risky ventures.
And that last one, that fifth law, gold flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who followeth the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment.
Be realistic. Be patient.
And avoid those get-rich-quick traps.
Exactly. So, I mean, what does this all mean, for you, the modern entrepreneur listening right now?
Yeah, what does it mean?
I think The Richest Man in Babylon, it offers us a blueprint.
A roadmap.
Yeah, a roadmap to building a thriving business.
Just like the Babylonians built their city, brick by brick.
Principle by principle.
That's a good reminder.
It is.
Those principles of wealth building,
Right?
they're timeless.
Timeless.
And they're universal.
And they're within our reach.
They are.
So if you are out there and you're ready to unlock your entrepreneurial potential, to build a business that not only generates wealth, that also reflects your values and makes a difference in the world,
then you have to check out this book.
you have to dive deeper into The Richest Man in Babylon. We'll put a link down in the episode description below.
It's a good investment.
It really is. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to The Deep Dive.
Yes, for more explorations into all these fascinating topics.
Because knowledge is power. And we're here to help you unlock yours.
Exactly.
So, until next time, keep seeking, keep learning, and keep building your own Babylonian empire.